I'm on the phone with Lynn from California. Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
Lynn, could you describe what was going on with your daughter when we first met, when you contacted me?
Okay. When we first met, Sidney was in the first grade, and she had been selectively mute for at least 3 years prior to that. She spoke to a few of the children in her class, and only spoke to myself, her dad, her grandmother, and her grandfather and brother. Those were the only people she would speak to at that time.
So what would happen when she was in the presence of other people? What would go on?
She would get clingy. She did what we called was shut down. If somebody addressed her or spoke to her, she would basically just look down at the ground and kind of freeze up.
And what was going on in school?
She was doing okay in school with her studies. She didn't necessarily excel, and I know that the teachers expressed some frustration because they felt that they didn't really know where she was because she couldn't really read to them or wouldn't read to them.
But that's important. She could read, but she would not read.
Yes, she actually read quite well at home. Here at the house, the two of us would read with her and do her homework together, and that was all fine. But there was no way for the teachers to hear her read.
So am I correct in understanding that when she was in school, she would not read, she would not be verbal to the teachers, she would not talk to other students? Is that accurate?
Correct.
So that must have created some kind of stress.
Well, it caused stress for her, definitely, because she knew when she went to school that she was going to be expected to do something and to participate to some degree in the class. So, yeah, I think school was difficult for her.
Well, what about for the parents? What was going on for you? What were the teachers telling you?
Oh, well, for the most part, the teachers didn't know really what to tell me. And I was actually looking to them to give me some guidance in this situation, hoping that they had dealt with a child or two with the same problem. But most of the advice I got was that she would grow out of it.
She would grow out of it.
Mm-hmm.
What were you and your husband experiencing as you saw Sidney not talking in so many different environments, as you got this feedback that things were rather, I think, disturbing in school?
Well, we were frustrated, for one thing, because we would hope that she would move on or move past this, whatever it was. And it was actually very frustrating for us when she didn't succeed in speaking or performing whatever task was asked of her that day. And it was actually very sad to see her come home and have, I guess, for lack of a better word, failed to do what was asked of her.
Okay, so we had a situation where your daughter, age 6, was not talking in school at all, mm-hmm. Was talking very selectively, pardon the pun, to close members of the family, was not talking to most of her peers, mm-hmm. was not talking to adults. The situation had been going on for a number of years. The parents were developing their own anxiety in terms of how to deal with it. There was a lot of confusion. You were saying it was a really sad situation. I can understand that. Where would you say the situation is at currently?
Oh, currently it's a whole nother world we're living in. Right now, she is verbal with all children. She answers adults when they address her or ask her questions. She will answer them. She is participating in school fully. Her teacher at our last appointment, her exact words were, "She's just like the other kids."